Ayo, yo, hey, it's the best of vibes. It's the best of vibes.
G'day guys, welcome back to the Best of Vibes podcast, episode number 12 this time, and we're joined by Western Jets high-flying forward, Eddie Jones. How are you, Eddie?
Yeah, good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
That's what I meant. Meant the other one. I stuffed up your last name like 3 seconds in.
Oh, no, you're right.
I guess the first question we like to ask everyone is like your juniors, like where'd you grow up playing football and?
Yeah, so I grew up in Point Cook. It's down near Werribee as well, in the western suburbs. So I played my junior days there up until about 13s. And then 13 year I was playing in B grade footy. So I wanted to try play against the best players and have the best competition to play against. So I moved down the road to Yarraville, which is 20-minute drive down the road, which were a pretty good team. I think I finished maybe fourth in the top league in 13s. So was fortunate enough to move down there. Had a pretty good spell. Won 2 premierships in my first 2 years at their club, and then in my 15s year I moved up to the seniors. So got on the blower to the coach and asked him, what do you think of me playing seniors this year? And he said, why not? So did a few sessions, got a pre-season done, and was lucky enough to hold my spot throughout the year, and could have made it 3 from 3, but lost the grand final that year as well, after winning every game actually. So
That's no good.
Lost one game and got knocked off in the grand final, which is unfortunate. But great year, and my junior career was pretty good. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah, nice.
Another question, I think I might just get it out of the way now, but are you dating anybody at the moment, just for all the female viewers and all that sort of stuff?
I do actually. Got a girlfriend. Just one down my area. So sorry about that one, ladies.
You said you played for the seniors a bit, like at your junior club and stuff like that. How was that playing for the seniors and now playing for the Western Jets and then in the All-Stars match?
I was I think being able to get a few senior games, well not a few, but 16, 17 senior games in as a pretty young bloke was good experience for me. I was still pretty skinny back then and not as big as I am now, so I was able to come up against some bigger bodies and see how that works. And I guess I was a little bit faster than them sometimes. Had a bit more cardio than the old blokes, so that was good. But I think being able to experience a sort of different culture to the juniors was also nice. The juniors didn't really have any functions and stuff and throw any parties, so the senior blokes had a fair bit of functions and stuff, but progressing into the Jets was also good. Played a fair bit of underage Jets there, so I got a couple games in as a bottom major, which was good. And then the next year I played pretty much every game in the 17s, which was good.
Yeah, nice, very nice.
So far, what has been like the biggest sort of struggle or something like that when it like coming in basketball and shit?
With footy, I guess it hasn't been too much of a struggle. I think throughout footy I've been able to keep myself motivated and keep myself committed to something I want to do. I enjoy playing footy. It's something I want to pursue after, hopefully next week I'll get picked up by a club. So the struggles, I guess, with footy was just keeping the body right. Sometimes you couple knocks and stuff, and it's hard to recover. But and a few injuries. I guess I broke my ankle a couple of years ago, which put me out for a few games. But I think just a few of those things. Mentally, footy is a pretty demanding game. So I guess I've been able to progress through my juniors and my 17, 18 year in the Jets pretty well.
Now, when I made that highlights package for you, I think I said he takes hangers for fun. Would you say you practiced that, or?
A good package, by the way. It was I liked it. It was well made. But I wouldn't say I practiced it. No, I just sort of, since I was young, I was always told to fly. If the pack's there to crash, you crash it, and especially down forward, if you can't get there, you at least crash the pack and try hurt someone. So I think just throughout my junior days, I've been able to get a good run at a few jumps, and sort of took it into my Jets footy and Vic Metro footy, and that doesn't go unnoticed. So I like to try to get up on some shoulders and take a mark if I can.
Certainly doesn't go unnoticed when you're on top of it.
What's going to be one of like your best highlights to you, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think for me and for most people who have been fortunate enough to be in the same situation is winning a premiership. There's not much better things than doing it. I've won league best and fairest before, and I still rate a premiership much higher than them. And the point of footy is to have team success. It's not an individual sport. If you want to play individual sport, go play tennis or something. Go play golf. It's not for individuals. So I think the team aspect of footy is awesome. And when you're not feeling so good, you've got a whole bunch of boys behind you to back you up. When you're on the footy field, if you need backup, you've got them. You make friends for life, especially as well. So I think winning those premierships is something to look back on. 10, 15 years down the road, you'll go, oh, I want a premiership with this bloke here. You just people down the track and can create great relationships. And the first few days after it, it's unreal. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah. Last year I saw you played with Matty Rio and Noah Anderson. What was it like playing with them and learning off them? Because they were obviously a bit older than you, but
they're pretty good though. I think a lot of those boys got drafted. Miles Bergman, Ralph Smith, all the blokes from last year. They all go about it really well, and I think what people don't realise is what they do off the field. A lot of stuff goes in behind the scenes. Not only are they rocking up the training and training their ass off and stuff, behind the scenes they're doing heaps of running, heaps of gym work, taking care of themselves, and that all preparation goes into why they're number 1 and 2, and Miles was 12 or 13 or something. So all these guys have obviously put in the hard work and got to where they wanted to get, and that's off the back of their excellence off the field.
Would you say you learned a fair bit off them when you were playing with them, or?
I learned that you can't tackle Matty Rowell. Just gets around you somehow, and he's also strong. So I don't know. I hung up. He's very strong, but I guess just their professionalism, around the ground and off the ground is pretty elite. So I've been able to keep myself and hold myself to that standard.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. If you had to say like one person you really want to play on, who would it have to be?
In AFL or?
Yeah, in AFL. Sorry.
I'd like to line up on someone who's a fairly good player. Jack Steele or something maybe. He's fairly strong and a nice player. If lucky enough to get a gig in the midfield, I think being able to play against the best and challenge yourself against the best is a good opportunity to grow and work off that. If I was playing forward, maybe a half-back like Jason Janison or something. He's quite fast, quite elite. So one of those blokes or just those players in those positions I'd like to line up against and test myself. So yeah.
I was reading somewhere and I saw on LJ's Into the Fire that you contacted Freo and Sydney and asked for Isaac Heaney's footage and Nat Price footage, and they gave it to you. Talk us through that.
I was just it was a pretty funky old season, I guess. It wasn't ideal, so I thought that there's got to be something I can do and to try to stay involved. Apart from just running and doing gym work, there's no games or nothing. So I contacted Freo and Sydney to ask for a bit of vision. So got Nathan Fyfe's vision. It was pretty good. It was more around running patterns, contested work, things that you don't always see when you're watching TV and stuff. So being able to get in-depth analysis of all that was pretty helpful.
Yeah.
A couple of tips and tricks I could take away from him because obviously a great player and gets the job done. So
yeah, good.
I'm going to try to get a bit off the footy side and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to see what sort of hobbies you've got.
Yeah. I enjoy playing guitar. So I've been playing guitar for a while now, about 3-4 years, which is pretty good. Yeah, my uncle used to play a fair bit, so I, sort of learnt a bit of the basics off him, and then started watching YouTube on how to play a few songs, and yeah, I can pretty much play anything at the moment. You just got to learn it, so yeah, it's pretty handy to have. And when you've got nothing else to do, and when you want to have a bit of downtime, you can just turn on the guitar and start playing, which is pretty good. I think a few other things, I guess. Stop playing PlayStation. Don't play that too much anymore. Used to play it a bit, but yeah, I think I'm a pretty active bloke, so I just enjoy keeping fit and getting outside, doing things, trying new things. Watching sort of documentaries on things I can learn off, little things, cool stuff, and all that.
Yep.
Do you have any pets in your house?
I have a cat and a dog at the moment, so they don't get along too well. I think they scare each other, but a cat's about 20 years old. I'm not even joking. I think she's 8. And the dog's still pretty young, about 3. It's a greyhound, used to race, but hurt itself. So we've adopted it and taken care of it.
That's good.
On the guitar sort of thing, what sort of, like, if you don't mind me asking, but what sort of songs can you play?
Paranoid, Black Sabbath, just a few older songs, 80s, 90s, AC/DC stuff, some new stuff like Van Stroy I can play. Never Love Yourself, I can play that one. Bon Jovi, Dead or Alive. Just, everything I've sort of, the Beatles is sort of what inspired me. In my early days, watched the movie or the documentary about them, and, John and Paul are, pretty good. So picked up a guitar and started to learn a few of their songs.
Yeah.
Would you say playing the guitar is like what takes your mind off footy and just sort of relax?
A little bit, yeah. I wouldn't say a massive footy nut. I obviously enjoy playing and watching the games when they're on, and playing footy on a Saturday or Sunday arvo. But yeah, I've got other things to do, such as school, but that's finished now. I think I had a fair bit of time to focus on that this year as well, which was good. I'll say it takes my mind off a little bit, but I'm not always focused on footy. It's good to get away from it. It's good to take your mind off it and relax and do other things for a little bit.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah. Do you play any like other sports or anything like that?
I used to play basketball for a while, so played that for a couple of years with a couple of mates. Division 3, not very good at it. Down at Altona, you might know of it if you've played there. Altona.
I know the rep club probably.
I know the rep club, yeah, the Altona Gators.
Altona Gators, yeah, that's the one. That they have a stadium down there. So wasn't too good. Just rocked up on whatever Thursday night, whatever it was, and played with a few mates and did all right actually. I think we won a grand final once, but yeah, apart from that, just have fun and played a bit of indoor soccer as well. That was a bit more serious. You verse these people who are pretty fair income out of soccer. So I played that for a while. Also got into a grand final, but lost it like about 8-2, I think. Had a bit of a stinker on that day, so it wasn't too good. And then also cricket as well. So I played cricket about the same level as I did footy.
Yep.
Rep level and not quite state level, but fair bit of rep stuff, and packed that in when I was about 15 during my senior year of footy. So I wanted to pursue footy instead of cricket. So yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching LJ's, I saw that you were going to uni to study international business. What got you really interested in that?
I got a few options. Yeah, I think footy is a pretty lucrative opportunity and a good job to have, but it's no guarantee.
Yeah.
During the year, I had no idea if I was going to be in contention or what's going to happen. So school's a big focus of mine, and it's important for everyone to have a backup plan. And my backup is to go to uni and get a degree in something or something like that. So I applied for a few things. International studies was top of the list. It offers you a 4-year course. 1 year is pretty much like a work experience, like a placement job at a company in the city, and a few other things were software development, cybersecurity. just things to do with computers and what goes on behind the scenes, and then be a pilot as well. So the three things I sort of focused on and applied for at uni, which is if one of them seems to give me an offer, I'll take it up if I can.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself somewhat smart or just trying to get through school?
I passed pretty easily. I wouldn't say I struggled too much. I did put in the work though. I did your hour or two a night during exam period, throughout the year, half an hour to an hour worth of study, on the nights, nightly basis. So yeah, I wouldn't say I struggled too much or just passed. Got fairly good scores throughout the year, and yeah, I was pretty happy with my end result and how it all planned out.
Very nice.
Yeah, no, you're definitely smarter than me. I sort of went to VCal for year 11.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
See.
If you had to choose one club that, I don't know if you want to or if you can or not, because I'm guessing you've had interviews with a few clubs and shit. So if you had to choose one club to go to, what would it be? What club would it be?
Yeah, I've had a few interviews. My honest answer is I don't mind. I'd be happy with a club to call my name out on Wednesday night or Arvo. Clubs would be fine, and I'd be if it was to be interstate, I'd be packing my bag straight away and ready to go whenever they needed to go. So yeah, I couldn't give you a direct answer. I'll be happy to go anywhere.
Yep.
Do you support anyone, or is it just sort of just sit back and watch it and you just?
I go for St Kilda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're going all right. I guess it's been a long time coming since 2010 days and 2011 days, but yeah, 10 years later, we're not gone too bad.
Yep, I remember 2010 probably a lot better than you do.
Yeah, mate. It was yeah. Collingwood fan, are you?
Yeah, I'm a Pies man.
Thought so. Wasn't good.
And we don't ask about what team I follow. I was just saying that St Kilda picked up James Froley. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't mind that. If he's getting paid chips, that'll be good then. I think we've got somewhat of a salary cap to use. So yeah, he's a good experience. He's won a premiership as well. So yeah, you take him. I guess for a year or two. I'm not sure how long he'll last, and he's pretty old now. But yeah, I'll take him, and I think they're looking pretty good for next year. This year was just the the latest step up, I guess, from where they're at. Finishing 12 and 13 to top 8, which is they're looking pretty good, and hopefully a few of the younger blokes can get a gig and hopefully impact the game a bit more.
Yep. What does your off season look like? I know you haven't had an AFL off season, but from local and Western Jet sort of thing.
Yeah. So off season, I guess the last one was just a lot of, I guess, one of my sort of areas of improvement or things to work predominantly was my endurance. I think that it's not terrible, but it can be better. I think 6:47 at the combine was my 2K. So yeah, it's not shit ass, but it's I would have liked to have had it a bit better. I put in the work, so it was good, and I think a pre-season just looks like a lot of gym work. You've got to train. Helps you prevent injuries, and even helps you on the field to get rid of opponents and be stronger than most people. So my brother and I set up our own gym, which is pretty handy. So we've got a fair bit of stuff, and squat rack and a bar is all you really need in the gym. So just got to those and started lifting. And sort of my main goal throughout the preseason was the extended preseason, if you want to call it, in quote unquote, was just to stay fit and healthy and ready to go at any point. Because you never know when they could have lifted restrictions or allowed us to train together or play together. So that was my main objective, just to stay fit and healthy and ready to rock it any time.
Yeah. Do you have a go-to sort of gym workout?
Usually just arm pump is pretty good. Better than doing squats and deadlifts, I reckon. But anything in the gym is good. It's really good for you, good for the mind as well. Training your body to be stronger is not only good for you, like you get a good physique as well, but it helps you on the footy field as well, which is important.
Yeah, definitely.
Going into the draft, what is going to be one of the scariest things for you?
I think leading into the draft, it's not that I'm scared. It's more that I'm, opportunistic, I guess. If an opportunity does present itself, if a club does happen to, read my name out on the night, I'd be I'd be thrilled with that, and I'd be ready to go. And I spent a week down at Collingwood, December last year, so I did get a bit of a taste and a bit of exposure to how everything works, especially in pre-season when they do a fair bit of running and have to flog themselves for the season upcoming. So I wouldn't say there's anything scary about it. Maybe just being a bit nervous to there's no guarantee my name's going to be called out, so just waiting for that. And I think leading into the draft, I'll be accepting of whatever the outcome is. If it's not to be drafted, then oh well, I'll go back and start playing footy and get picked up next year, hopefully. And if it is to be this year, then that'll be awesome, and I'll be ready to rock any club who happens to pick me up.
Yep.
I'll ask a bit of a out there one, which you're probably not prepared for because no one is. But what's your funniest or best story you can tell us? It can be football related or not. It's completely up to you.
I'll probably better keep it a bit quiet here. There's a few things I could say, but probably won't say it on here. I guess on the footy field, I guess there's been a few people over the fence that have said some stupid things. I think I had a blood nose in the last quarter in the grand final. The one I was talking about, we lost before, after winning every game, and just copped it from over the fence. But I was just laughing because they look like idiots, and just sort of bogans there. So I haven't really prepared at all for that one. But yeah,
no, it's all right.
Don't mind me asking, out of like all the local clubs that you've played against, which one has to be one of the scummiest clubs you've played against?
I feel like Yarraville was one of the better clubs, so that was my club. I feel like our support and our the juniors' parents, were pretty switched on and not too bad. And over the fence, they didn't yell so much. So I think Werribee were not the best. I got a fair bit of stick from them. I remember in one grand final, they had a cheer squad full of 15, 16-year-olds who were giving it to me at full forward. So that wasn't too pleasant. Heard a few weird things behind my ears. So I think Werribee, Hoppers weren't always the best as well, Hoppers Crossing. But I guess that area, not the greatest.
Yep.
Obviously, like I said, you play forward, and like you've said, you play forward. But is there any other position that you'd like to play or that you look at and think, I reckon I'd be all right up there?
Yeah. So I played forward for a fair bit now. Last 2 years, I've played predominantly forward, been parked down there. But throughout my junior days, I did play a lot of midfield. Pretty much midfield every week. So that's definitely something I want to work on. This year I was going to be playing in midfield a bit more. I spoke to Ryan O'Keefe, Crazy Jets. He's moved on now though. But I spoke to him earlier in the year, and he mentioned definitely playing a few more minutes in the midfield. Sort of that Nathan Fyfe role, Dangerfield, I guess. Dustin Martin, those blokes who can enter the end of the guts, win the footy, and pump it forward, and then when they need a bit of a rest, they can go down forward and try and bag some goals. So I think that was one of my main sort of other goals as well around this year, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, nice.
If you had to say like one player that you base your game around, who would it be and why?
Yeah, probably Nat Fyfe. It's tough and early to say that you want to be like him, the sort of caliber he he produces every week, but I feel like, I'm very similar height to him, about 190-ish. If I put on a few more kegs, I'll be the same weight as him as well. So I feel like my body and my build is relative to him. And then, not only is my body and build relative to him, but my game is similar to him as well. He started off as a half forward, just along the flanks, and was able to take big grabs and get on the score sheet. And then eventually he progressed in the midfield when he put a bit of beef on. So I think that being able to play like him would be good, and he's got good aerial contest, and he's good on the ground as well. And he just makes good decisions, tackles hard, gets amongst the goals. So I try to base myself off him, and my game style I feel like it's very similar to him.
Yep.
What does your pre-game routine look like? And do you have any pre-game superstitions?
I have the same meal every night and morning before a game. I guess most people would. Yeah, I just have that. It's not very yum, but I eat it because apparently it's good. So I get that over. And then I don't necessarily have anything superstitious. I just rock up, talk to a few lads, get on the field, have a kick. I actually was dancing once before a game, just trying to G up a bit at a big metro game down in Queensland, and one of the coaches told me to stop dancing. It's not really the way you should go about it. But then he mentioned there's other people who are quiet and who are nervous and stuff like that, and he said I didn't really get his reasoning to tell me to stop, but I haven't done that since, which has been good. So nothing really that I have set out or planned out. I just get there, drink a lot of water, get the magnesium in. Yeah.
What's that meal that you have before each game?
All right. So the night before is a chicken pesto pasta, usually from my local restaurant. So scoff that one down. Then just before I go to bed, I have a bit of a protein shake with some fruits and nuts and stuff in it. And in the morning, I get up relatively early. I like to be awake for the games, especially the ones that are early. So that morning is followed by a bowl of oats, a bit of honey, and then 2 pieces of bread with more honey on it, so it tastes good. Yogurt, a couple of fruits, a couple of bananas, and just a fair bit of water as well. So not the most pleasant meal, but it's all right.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I don't think we've ever asked anyone this, but what was your thoughts when we sent you the message asking if you want to come on?
Yeah, it was all right. I'm happy to chat with anyone who, feels the need they want to have a talk to me. I've always, I've got a fair bit of spare time on my hands. I'm not the busiest bloke in the world, so I do work, I do go to the gym, but, I've got 1 or 2 hours to spare most nights. So, if anyone wants to chat, and it doesn't matter, how big or how small you guys are, I'll be there to, introduce myself and, have a chat with you guys. So I was pleased, and it's my pleasure to be on here today.
Yeah, it's good to have you on.
We ask everyone this, but what is your go-to pub meal?
Pub meal. What does everyone say? The Palmer and a pot?
Just pretty much a Palmer.
Yeah. Look, Palmers are good. They're definitely not my favourite. I think I'll probably go a steak or something. Yeah,
finally, someone's a steak.
Yeah, something other than Palmer. I prefer beef over chicken in most cases. So, if there was an option between a beef and a chicken burger, I'll probably get a beef burger. So, anything beef or steak would be good. And a bit of chips and veggies, that'd be nice. A bit of gravy as well.
Yeah. The steaks must be a Melbourne thing, and then the palmies must be a South Australia thing.
Yeah, they're pretty popular down here still. Most pubs offer, Tuesday Palmer night or something, $10 or whatever.
Yeah.
I think personally for me, I'd probably go more of a steak.
Yeah.
A nice porterhouse if I can afford it.
Yeah.
How do you have it cooked?
Well done. Yeah, a bit of blood. That's the way it should be, I think. Don't want to overcook it. So, well done with a bit of blood is nice.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Do you have a pre-game pump-up song if you like to listen to music before games?
I used to like a bit, but now I just float around the rooms and listen to whatever's on the speaker.
Yeah.
It's usually doof stuff, but I think I prefer like a bit of old like, rock stuff. Is better. Yeah, I don't have an exact one though. A bit of Avicii is nice to listen to as well.
Yeah.
Apples or something or Rapture. Yeah, one of those songs is pretty good. G's up a bit, so yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going back on the guitar sort of thing, but what guitar do you have?
I have a Strat Fender.
Yep.
And that's I actually forget what brand it is. My dad got it for me for my birthday, and I've got an Ibanez right here. So
Yep.
that one's a bit old now. It's starting to fall apart. But my other one's at my mum's joint. Oh, sorry. And that's the Strat, which is pretty handy and it's pretty good. Goes right.
I'm not sure what your answer's going to be to this, but I hope you say yes. If we were to ask to like catch up in real life, what would you say?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. I think you guys are a bit of a, good bunch of blokes and, welcome me onto your show with open arms. So I think the only bad thing is you guys are, pretty far away from me. I think, 1 or 2 hours away from me. So if we were in the area, I'd definitely, catch up with you guys and, maybe have a pub meal as well. So, yeah, without a doubt.
Who do you suggest for us to like get onto? Like we may not get them now because the draft's a week away, like you've said. But
yeah, Bailey Laurie.
Yeah,
Definitely might have heard of him. Very funny guy. I've ridden with him a couple times, but I think on camera he's a bit more serious than he's in real life. So you might not get too much laughs out of him, but he'll say some good things and he'll provide you with a good insight and good knowledge. Jackson Cardillo from Calder.
Yeah.
May have heard him as well. He's a really good bloke, and they're all genuine. When you talk to them, it's not hard to talk to them either. You're very approachable, very friendly. As for the most boys in the metro and in my area, so yeah, I guess anyone's pretty good to get onto, but yeah, those two you should try and contact.
Yeah, I'll get onto them. I'll go with one that we didn't end up asking Zave on our last one, but we'll ask you. If you had a book or a movie made about your life, what would you call it and why?
Nice question. Maybe like Eddie the Eagle or something. Like you could turn that into like a footy thing or something. If I was lucky enough to play a few games in footy and have a nice career, I could hope to take a few grabs and be known as the Eagle maybe. That'd be pretty cool, I guess. It's not very well thought of. I guess it's already been made, but if a book or a movie was to be made about me, I'd be happy to involve myself and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I'm not sure if you've ever played against them, but have you ever played against Melton?
Yes and no. So I played a bit of rep footy. I'm the Western Region Footy League, and Melton comes under the Rural District Footy League.
Yep.
And they've got about 3 or 4 teams in the one league, so they're pretty dominant. Quite a large area as well, so they've got good players who can come up through there and play RDFL. So I did play against a few of them, and as well as the Jets, there's our area also expands out to Melton, so I've been able to mix in a few of those guys. James Roberts and Kyle Borg and a couple of those blokes, if you may have heard of them, probably not, but yeah, I have. Yes and no is my answer.
Yep.
Why is that?
Because before I moved, I actually grew up in Melton, so
my cousin and auntie also lived in Melton. How old are you, Zach?
I'm 18.
18. You probably wouldn't know him. He's he's a bit old now.
Now I've got here. I just had to look through it again. Kevin Sheehan's top 40 draft prospects, and you were on there. But he said you had traits like Hawthorne, Jack Gunston. What's it like to hear that and like hear that you're compared to one of probably the best forwards in the game at the moment?
Yeah, Jack Gunston's clearly a nice player, and he's been around the AFL environment for quite a long time. He's very good at what he does, very good at his role, and plays it so well every week. So I think, yeah, it's a fairly good comparison. I'm pretty similar build to him. So yeah, I'll take him. Jack Hunt's pretty good. Finished pretty close to the best and fairest to Hawthorn, in a lot of his years. So yeah, he's definitely a player that I could potentially play like. That half forward role he does is similar to mine. So yeah, Kevin Sheen had a good comparison there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're actually allowed to say it or not. I've asked a few people this, but what clubs have you been interviewed by?
I'll probably keep that one quiet, yeah. But yeah, I think it's at the moment it's sort of something I have to not talk about too much. But yeah, definitely you and yeah, they've all been really nice, and I feel like I've presented myself pretty well to them. Yeah, and hopefully one of them can, call my name out come Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about that cracker mark you had against the Allies. That was the first one in the highlights package.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can remember it because it was probably a while ago now. But what was it like going up? Because there's no chance I can get that high. But
yeah, I'm not sure. The lead wasn't too fancy. The player was actually in front of me when I was calling for it, so I didn't expect the kick to come to me too much. But yeah, the bloke who kicked it was Darcy Kasser, who's my Jets teammate at the time. And I thought it was unfortunate to get picked up last year, but he's going to be playing VFL at the Dogs this year. So yeah, good luck to him. But then yeah, he just popped up on his left foot, non-preferred, and I don't know. I sort of whoever the person was, I can't forget who it was. He just got in front of me and sort of got better positioning at the time. Overran it slightly, and then yeah, just jumped and when you try to take a mark, you try and get as high as you can. So I was lucky enough to get on his shoulders, and then as I got on his shoulders, he jumped as well. Yeah. So got a bit of the extra lifts, which was like Sampy from West Coast back in a few years ago. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and I didn't realise how high I was at the start, and then I was just focused on trying to grab the mark, and I came down. Yeah, I was in there for about a second, and yeah, came down pretty hard and went back and slotted the goal, which was good.
Yeah. Yeah, like Jeremy Howe-esque against the D's a few years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I wouldn't. I'd say, Jeremy Howe's probably better, does more often than me and stuff. So, but yeah, maybe if I can get in the system and opportunity presents itself and I can try and grab a few marks, then I'll take them.
Yeah, of course.
I really hope that you get drafted to Melbourne because that's my team, and you just take a fat screamer on Jeremy Howe. That would just make my fucking day.
I'd be I'd be honoured to put on the the D's jumper. I've trained there a few times at Gosh's paddock with Big Metro and stuff, and by myself. So yeah, that'd be awesome to chuck on the D's jumper, and it wouldn't matter who to expect on, but if it was Jeremy Howe, yeah, why not? Yeah, that'd be right.
I don't know, like for me, it's like Reef McGuinness. I can't wait to see him come through Collingwood. But who can you not wait to see go through the rankings of the AFL and sort of make their way up, sort of thing, other than yourself, obviously?
Yeah. I want to see what Jake Bowie can do. You guys may have heard of him, plays with Sandringham.
Yeah.
Yeah, good mate of mine as well. I've, done the last few years of Vic Metro with him. When we were in the Bottom Edge Academy together, he was there. And I think he's, an exciting prospect, and, any club that picks him up can put a bit of work into him. He's still a bit small, and but I think his skills and, and his contested work and his work rate is, bar none. So I think, being able to see him, have a couple of pre-seasons under his belt would be awesome. And yeah, he deserves a lot because he's a good bloke. And I love him. Barry Lloyd would be good. He's got the ceiling for potential. He's got a lot of grit about him, a lot of hard work about him. He was running a 6:47 2K earlier in the year, and brought it down 20 seconds at the combine. So I think he's one to look out for. Very skillful, good around goals, and can play anywhere. So I think those two blokes are ones I look forward to seeing how they go. And obviously the main blokes, Uwe Hagen, Will Phillips, Logan McDonald. Those blokes will probably have an impact straight away, I guess. All those blokes I mentioned before.
Who was that?
I want to see how they go. Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out for me when you said his name.
Will Phillips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've played a fair bit of footy with him over the past few years as well. Yeah, and he's a very tough bloke and very committed to what he does.
Yeah.
So you did say you played a bit of indoor soccer. Do you follow soccer by any chance?
I do actually. I've got a team in every main league, so yeah.
Do you mind telling me what teams you follow?
Yeah. It's a bit bandwagon, but I follow Juve. France I follow PSG, and then the EPL I used to go for QPR, who were originally there, but dropped back down to the second league now. So not them, but Arsenal was my team now. They aren't travelling too well, which is unfortunate under Arteta. But hopefully Aubameyang and Lacazette and those blokes can get going. And in the A League, or Melbourne City.
Yes.
I enjoyed.
I'm a victory supporter.
I used to go a lot of games down when I was a bit younger.
Yeah.
Used to sit behind the goals and yell all the chants out, which was fun, and that was all good, and pretty good season last year, and unfortunately I knocked off in the end. But I felt like Melbourne City are quite a good team, and J Mac is a king, so I follow him as well.
Do you remember the old Aaron Moy chant back in the day?
The Moy chant?
Yeah.
Something about Magic Moy or something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it was, but I remember there was a Moy chant.
About a bald head or something. Yeah. It was good. He's doing pretty well for himself now. He's in the Chinese league, isn't he? I think he's down in Asia somewhere.
Yeah, I think he left one of the ones in England to go with.
Yeah, Huddersfield. He was at Huddersfield, and then he went to some Chinese league. It's probably got a fair bit of dollars there, so why not?
Yeah. Wasn't he at Brighton Albion for a bit?
Possibly, yeah. He could have been.
Yeah. Say to people like that they're just feeling like shit at the moment to sort of keep them positive.
The sun's going to rise tomorrow morning. Yeah, I guess all time, especially us Victorians. Getting much better now. It's been out a month almost without any cases or any, notable coronavirus things. So, we've done an excellent throughout the last, 200, 300 days. It's been hard, and without the hard work, we've got to this point where we are now. So Daniel Andrews done a nice job, I guess. A lot of people like it, but best thing to do. And I think one thing you could say to someone is things take time, and life isn't fair. Life's always going to throw curveballs here. It's not always going to be easy, and it's up to you and the people around you to sort it out and keep moving on. I guess to me, one of my things I love about myself is my self-motivation. I'm pretty self-starter, so I like to I don't need outside influences to tell me what to do, especially with foot. Go to the gym or go running. I have an end goal in my mind that's to get on a list hopefully, and play AFL. So just a few of those things. Get around your boys and get around your friends and people that are close by to you. Are you okay? And make sure they're travelling well. You got time to go out now, so if you can get a meal in or something, or go out and do a few things together, then why not? So
yeah, that's possibly one of the best things I've heard from that question.
Yeah, facts. I'm going back on the soccer thing because I'm a Liverpool supporter. Not a bandwagon. I've been there since 2012, I reckon.
Yeah, okay, good.
What's your thoughts on Liverpool?
Liverpool. I don't hate them, but I don't like them. I think You know,
I think that's with everyone, but
they put a cracking effort in last year, won it comfortably and very easily. I think this year they're not slowing down, I guess. There's been a fair bit of injuries. They're not travelling too well, but, once they get all their boys back in, everyone's fit down back, once Virgil Dykes is back, Gomez is back, Mane is back, all those guys up to full potential. I think they're starting to be, reckoned with. They're still in top 4, I'm pretty sure, at the moment. So travelling quite well. And as for Champions League, I think they're also doing all right. So, they'll definitely go to the group stages, past the group stages, sorry. I don't hate them, so nothing wrong to me.
I saw the other day when the NBA draft was on, the number 1 pick, Anthony Edwards, he said if American football came to him after he was drafted, he'd give up basketball to play American football. Would there be any sport, you probably won't, but because your dream's to play AFL, but if there was one sport that you give up AFL to go and play professionally, what would it be?
Yeah, I'd probably try and avoid that. I reckon, I've played a fair few sports in my life. I don't know too much about Anthony Edwards, but I think that's a bit silly. If you want to play NFL, then go pursue that.
Yeah.
If he's good enough to do it, then why not? I think, it's handy being able to play basketball where you should be doing what you love and what you're passionate about, and clearly his is football by the sounds of it. American football, if he wants to do that, well, then there's no one stopping him, I guess. I think for me, I was all right at cricket. I would never give up, footy to play cricket. So, footy's my main go-to, and I love everything about it. And, I'm ready to rock if I get a contract this year.
Yeah, nice. Very good.
That was a solid answer. Not gonna lie, that was a great answer. What's one thing you've always wanted to do, try, sort of, if you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I've always wanted to travel. So at the moment, I'm still pretty young and haven't quite got the money to do it. But I think being able to, head overseas with your mates, especially with my mates, I've got a lot of multicultural friends. So, a lot of Asians, a lot of East European friends as well. So, the Greece area, Spain, Serbia, all those sort of places. I would love to be able to experience the world and see what, I think Australia is pretty fortunate in the way we go about it. I think everyone's very lucky here, and everyone's, pretty well equipped in terms of government and, what goes on running the country. Our poverty levels and our homeless levels aren't the worst in the world. Still cases of it and still, areas of improvement. But compared to other places, we've got it much better than them. So I think, being able to travel and, see different parts of the world and, we'll just open up my view on things and, have a bit of fun as well with your friends would be pretty good.
That is a great answer.
Yeah, he's actually really good at answering things.
You said you'd meet up with us in person if we got the chance to sort something out. But would you just come back on here if we were to ask you again? Possibly
Yeah, I'd be happy to come back on here. If I've got the time and got the the place to do it, I'll definitely be back on here. It's no biggie. It's not harming me. It's an hour or so out of my day. It's no big deal. So if you guys were to, if I happen to get drafted and potentially play AFL and you guys want to be back on, be all ears and ready to go.
Sweet. We'll definitely get back on to you then.
But
if I get picked up, then I probably won't be much used to if I get picked up.
If you had to pick any ground to play on other than the MCG, because I think that's every kid's dream. You've played there before for the All Stars game, but if you had to pick any ground to play on, what would it be and why?
I've played on a few big grounds before. The Gabba, one of them, MCG, the other. Haven't stepped foot on Etihad Stadium yet. I guess that'd be cool, and it'd be good to be able to play under a roof where you won't be affected at all, and that's where you can show your true sort of ability. But yeah, any ground is good, and the thing is, once you're on a footy ground, you're playing footy. You're not thinking groundings. You're not thinking about who's in the crowd. You're just playing footy. So that's what I sort of my mentality when I brought into the game on the MCG, and even the Gabba is it's a footy ground. You find local footy grounds wherever you go. This one's just got a stadium and chairs around it. So once you start playing, you're playing footy. You have a crack. You try to win the game and give 100% effort. So yeah, I wouldn't mind playing on a couple of the bigger grounds, but yeah, they're all the same in my eyes.
Yeah, nice. Another very good answer, which I did not expect.
Do you boys play footy or not? You boys play?
I'll be going back to it next year, but I haven't played for about 6 years.
Oh wow! What have you been doing?
Sorry.
What have you been doing? Just sort of at school and stuff, and
Nah, basketball.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough.
I don't know about Zach.
Yeah.
Chance to answer that question.
I've been thinking about getting into footy and all that sort of stuff. Never really got really into it, but with the way my knees are and all that sort of stuff, I'd probably not go that great.
You're a basketballer as well, is that right?
Yeah, I'm a basketball player.
Yeah. How tall are you? How tall are you guys? Like, you guys fairly tall or not?
I'm 6'2".
6'2", okay.
I'm about 6'1".
Okay, similar to me as well. It's good to have a bit of height when you're playing basketball. What do you boys play, point guard or something? Or
Center.
Center?
Very
I
small.
was a center because we were a very short team.
Yeah.
But last year I got this year, I got my chance to play point guard, and then COVID came and fucked it up. So,
No good.
How
did you, figure out this podcast and meet each other?
School.
High school.
Yeah, and then I just messaged Zach and said I wanted to start a podcast. Would you be keen? And
I was like, fuck it, why not?
Both finished this year, or?
Nah, I'm year 11. He's year 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so I finished.
You guys doing a good job. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good fun. So
we forgot the Instagram questions. We've still got to get through them.
Oh, do we? Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Sure, forgot about those.
The first one, I can't pronounce his name, so it's Piyush.
Yeah, that's quite good actually. That's his name.
I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name because I've got his first name right, so I'm good at them.
Leave it there.
He said, "How do you maintain being a gun?"
I don't know, just staying healthy, staying fit. Yeah, a lot of preparation, I guess. I wouldn't go as far as saying as I'm a gun quite yet, but if you want to call me that, and that's fine. I think, yeah, being able to put in a lot of effort and a lot of, commitment to what you want to do, and that's play AFL. So, I've put over. It's sort of like if you think about it, from a school perspective, it's sort of like doing a degree or something. You go to uni for 4 or 5 years. In my case, you train hard for 4 or 5 years and play footy for 4 or 5 years. So just staying focused and maintaining yourself, equipping yourself well, learning new things, having a good personality, and hopefully get yourself into a system by playing some good footy.
Yep. Tomo Sullivan said, "Do you remember under 13s against St. Bernard's? You kicked 8 from a midfielder."
I think I do actually. Yeah, I had a good day out there, I guess. St. Bernard's weren't the flashiest team. I think they had less than 18 players possibly, and they were losing every game by about 200 points. So, yeah, had a bit of a day out. I don't like playing games like that because it's 200-0 and it's not that enjoyable. And you think about if you're on the other team, you wouldn't be having a very good time. So yeah, just happened to kick 8 goals from the midfield, and yeah, had a nice day.
Yep. The AFL draft man who gave me pretty good raps on our post, I don't know if you saw it, he said, the that you're one of his favourites coming through the draft class, and you're going to be a superstar. But he said, "Who is Eddie's favourite Eddie? Betts, Maguire, Vedder, or Murphy?"
I'd have to go, Betts or Murphy, I reckon. I'm going to go Betts because I haven't, sort of watched too many of Eddie Murphy's stuff. I think, Betts is a cracking player. He's been doing so good at what he does for so long. He's played 300 plus games, kicked a bunch of goals, at different clubs as well. So I think, to add on that, he's won, 4 goal of the years as well. So they kick him, knows how to find the big sticks, and hopefully he gets on another year or so, which would be good for him and good for Carlton or whoever picks him up.
Yeah. Jabin, and he's got Dat at the end of it, but I don't know if that's his last name.
Jabin.
Say that again?
Just Jabin, like it's his first name, and his last name is Dat. I know.
Yeah. He said, where does Eddie believe he most needs to improve on?
He most needs.
Yeah, where you most need to improve on.
Oh, okay. I think just as a forward, just didn't always, say it, but I think last year I would have liked to have been known for my defensive pressure, particularly inside forward. So, I still laid just about 2 tackles a game. But I would have liked to have been well known for my my pressure and third and fourth efforts around the contest. So I think that's one of the main things I sort of wanted to work on, and especially throughout training that I've been able to do this year. The last 6 weeks I've been with my local club back again, so I've been trying to hit them pretty hard and be focused on laying tackles and smothers and stuff like that. 1%ers in particular.
Yeah, very good.
Sorry, I'm guessing this cowboy hat sort of put you off a little bit, but
I was when I was speaking, I just sort of locked it out. Nah, good mate.
I thought, why not get rid of this hat and chuck on a bloody country boy hat?
Looks nice.
Thank you.
EJ McMillan, he asked, remember when I bumped you off?
That's a big Islander kid from our school. Yeah, EJ's a fairly big unit. It's hard to get around him, to be fair. He is pretty strong. So, he fought more than once. There's definitely been a few times he's bumped me off. So, whenever we've been playing rugby at school, he's probably decked me a few times.
The next question comes from an Instagram name called Doopy Blue. But he says, he or she, 2020, I can't assume. He said, how many training sessions do you do in a normal week?
If it's footy and gym combined, every day. But if it's just footy, I'd say about 3 to 4. Usually I have, as of recently, I've had 2 sessions a week with my local club, and then I do one on the weekend, usually like a running activity or, a few shots on goal as well. So if I've got, gym and footy combined, then it's every day pretty much. But if not, it's, 3 to 4 days a week of footy.
Yeah, nice. Well, that was the last of the Instagram questions that we had. So I think that's the last of the questions we really had for you too.
Yeah, no, it's been good, boys. Thanks for having me on. Really enjoyed it, and it's a pleasure of mine to have a chat to you guys. Whenever I'm free, or next time you guys feel like you can squeeze in a talk, then I'm happy to do it. So, I feel like you've got very genuine blokes and got some nice futures ahead of you.
Thanks for coming on, Eddie.
All good, my pleasure.
Good luck in the draft as well, mate.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. Bit nervous, but a week away now, so hopefully everything goes all right, and no matter where I go, as long as I get picked up and off to a club, so I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll shoot you a message if you get picked up, congratulating you too.
Yeah, all good. Thanks, fellas.
No worries. Thanks for coming on.
That's you, mate. Thank you.
It's the best of vibes. We gon' blow your mind. It's the best of vibes. Go to brand new heights.